YouTube, how's it going? How was your week? I am very happy for it to finally be Friday. We don't really have any super exciting, brilliant plans, but I think it's time for a break. Work has been thinky. There's a lot of thinking I have to do, a lot of trying to understand topics I don't always understand, and I'm happy for a bit of a break. And so I'm excited for a break, hang out with my husband, and of course, my usual Sunday stream. I see we already have a bunch of people, which is super exciting. Hi, Elaine. Oh no, Lori's sick. I have the plague. Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. Yeah, feel free to jump out anytime you need to. Hi, Demi. Yes, I hope Lori feels better soon too. Oh, hi, Lisa. How's it going? Mr. Ranger Lab, hello. Lori said hi to everyone. Hi, Charlie. How's it going? It's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Gary's here. Hello, Heather in chat. What a chatty bunch already, right? So fun. So fun. Hi, Amanda. How's it going? So, we are doing a more learny educational stream today with our best friend Richard Sletcher from MLM for CEOs. We reacted to the first two videos in this. I don't like this. I want it bigger. We reacted to the first two videos in his Bootstrapping Your MLM series, and this one is about raising the capital. The capital, like the funds, to start your MLM business as a CEO or founder. So this is not to be directed to MLM distributors, but those who are running the companies. I have it at 1.25 speed. Please note there is a brief reference to his child almost drowning in a pool. So if you don't want to hear reference mention of that, you can skip this one, but it's super brief. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know. I was first to lick the stream. Let's go. Canadianism. Is let's go the Canadianism, Gary? I don't understand. Oh, Sherry's here. Sherry, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. So I'm really excited for this topic I've never talked about before, and I think I'm ready. Are you? Okay. I'm going to click play. Let me know if he's too fast. I have him at 1.25 speed. Just notice my microphone's all weird. I hope you guys could hear me. There you go. Okay, I'm going to click play.
Hi, and welcome back. It's MLM for CEOs, and we are just busy with a series of bootstrapping your MLM business. And if I can just recap.
Other times we've done this video, this guy, he's always quiet. So he's a quiet boy. I do not have the technical prowess to somehow just turn him up. Let me exit this full screen just for a second. Yeah, so like my volume on the computer is up maximum, and then on YouTube it's also up to the maximum. So he's going to be quiet. I'm really sorry about that. He's always quiet. Elaine says sounds awesome. Yay, thank you.
We've talked about the fact that you've got more time than money, because if you've got the money, just do it with the cash. It's much easier. You're prepared to put in the hard work. We've talked about having a product you can be passionate about and how critical that is to bootstrapping. Without that, you can't bootstrap your business. And we've talked about the compensation plan and how crucial the compensation plan is to bootstrapping your business. The next section is
If you're not sure what bootstrapping is, he's telling us how to start our own MLM business with very little capital. We're starting a company with little money to invest in employees and compensation plans and MLM software. And yes, he already told us about the comp plan. He already told us about the products. He's told us how important it is to be passionate about our products. And he's going to tell us in a little bit that you need to be knowledgeable of the value that your company is going to bring into the market and of how brilliant your compensation plan is. Because if you don't have belief in the value of your company, your comp plan, your product, no one is going to want to invest in your new and upcoming MLM company.
Getting into the space where you're going to have to start raising the cash to grow your business, because you need some capital. If you're bootstrapping your business, there's two things you're going to need. You're going to need some initial capital to get stock on hand and to buy your software, and you're going to need cash flow to continue to run your business.
Where do you think we get the cash flow from? He's going to tell us in a little bit, but we get the cash flow to continue running our business from the yearly administration fee that distributors are required to pay. So it's not that the distributors are paying $15 coach fee to Beachbody just because the products or the customer service related support that they receive is so valuable to them running their business. No, it's because Beachbody needs that $15 a month to actually bring a cash flow in and to pay their actual real corporate staff who make money and are compensated for their time. Distributors. What are you referencing that to? I don't understand. Yeah, like this is not for the distributors, but for the MLM, like the MLM CEOs themselves. But yeah, he tells us that we need to fully understand the value of a product, or else like no one's going to want to be a distributor, and no one is going to want to sign up, or no one's going to want to invest in our company. Doesn't value come from the products and the quality thereof? It should, but we know in MLM it actually doesn't matter. Yeah, who needs the product, right?
Okay. Now I'm just going to touch very briefly on something I forgot to mention with the product, and it's going to come into play here. If you've got the right product, your product has to be priced right. Part of your success will be having a product that a person is not paying through their nose for, something that they could get cheaper through a retail store. So you've got to be price sensitive when you're out in the market. Critically important. But that means that you've got to have other ways of securing your income. If you're just trying to run your entire business out of the cash flow generated by selling the products, you're going to be at risk. And so we're going to talk about.
It's hilarious. Our products need to be priced to sell because people don't want to pay through the nose for something that they can get for cheaper elsewhere. All MLM products are way too expensive because you do need to compensate every single level of the pyramid. You need to pay your CEO $1 million a year. You need to make sure everyone above you, everyone above that distributor gets compensated. So products are never priced to sell, sir. And interesting, we can't rely on the product sales to like fully support our business with cash flow. The other thing is distributors being the customers and purchasing their monthly volume requirements, and also like paying the administration fee.
The funding of the business, both the funding of the initial capital, which is the capital raise, and then the fundamental offering that is going to generate you income on a monthly basis to administer your business. So the first thing is that when you go looking for capital, you have to believe in your business heart and soul. There is no ways you will ever get me to invest in your business if you don't believe in your business yourself. And people can smell BS a mile away. If you come to them and you don't believe, you're not 100% convinced of what you're doing, people will just pick it up. And if they pick it up, they run for the hills. You can't go out there trying to convince people of something you don't believe in. So the first thing is, don't go and try and raise capital until you are absolutely 100% convinced that your product is epic and your compensation plan is the best in the planet.
Again, it's all about the belief bullshit. And so, what if someone who you're working with, Richard, through your MLM for CEOs consulting firm, what if they are following your instructions, they believe in their product, they believe that the compensation plan is the best in the world, and then still no one wants to invest in their up and coming company because people are starting to understand more that MLM is an unethical business model, and maybe it's harder for people to actually get investors for their companies. So what would you say to someone who says they do have the belief and who does follow your instructions? Would you tell them it's their fault? Would you tell them that they're just missing something in their mindset and they need to do more self-development? I thought that was interesting. It's very similar to MLM distributor speak. Only $1 million a year. That's base, Gary, plus bonuses. I have no idea what an MLM CEO would make in a year. What do we think? I could probably Google it. Carl Deichler Beachbody salary. Okay, that's not right. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know how much an MLM CEO would make in a year?
You've got to believe that. You've got to believe it heart and soul. And remember, belief comes from knowledge. You have to understand your compensation plan and your product at such a fundamental level that the belief is just naturally in you. Now, guys, I'm going to talk about the difference between knowledge and belief. When my kids were young, I knew that they couldn't.
So yeah, he's going to talk about when his child almost drowned in the pool. and we have to fully understand we have to fully understand our comp plan. I highly doubt that every single MLM founder CEO out there will fully understand the comp plan. People, high up distributors in Beachbody they will say you don't need to understand. Ray Higdon will yell at us wondering why we are so interested in how we actually get paid in our MLM. So no, I feel like no one actually truly understands, even the founder, even the CEO. What do you think?
Not breathe underwater. I knew that. I mean, it's obvious. Put them underwater, they don't breathe. But my not
Gary, do you think he's talking too fast or are you joking? Because I have him at 1.25. I will reduce him a little bit because I feel like he talks very slowly. Maybe 1.15 because I don't want to put him at normal speed because then I'll get bored of him. But let me know if that's better. Oh, you're going to ask AI how much they make? Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that.
knowledge went from my head to my heart the day that I plucked my little girl out of the bottom of the swimming pool and she nearly drowned. Then I became a true believer in pool safety and water safety. Then we had a fence up and we had a net up and we had alarms sitting in the pool and all of the things that needed to happen to keep my kids safe. And that is because that instance took the belief from my head to my heart. Now, you have got to do that. You have got to do the studies and the hard yards to get the information about your compensation plan, your product, from your head to your heart, to understand why multi-level marketing is the absolute best way to run a business and to reach the market. And it's the best route to market on the planet. You've got to get that from your head to your heart. And you need to do whatever is necessary to make that happen. Sit with all of the MLM for CEOs videos.
I understand the story of his daughter almost drowning. That's horrendous. And I understand every parent there know, of course, my kid needs to be safe around the pool. Maybe you think that you have the restrictions, you have the proper fence and whatever to keep your kids safe around your pool, but then you might not fully understand until you're faced with that fear and you have to jump in and save your daughter, right? I understand that, but how are we going to take that story and connect it back to the MLM world? So he could have potentially lost his daughter. So in the MLM sense, is that kind of like we have to find our why for being an MLM founder or CEO, right? Maybe getting it from our head to our heart is we want to put our kids through school. We want to get past our student loan debt. We want to buy our parents a house. And we think the MLM model is the way to do that as the CEO. Could it be, what else? Yeah, like how else can we get our comp plan and our products from our head to our heart? Is it just studying our products, studying the industry as much as we can to fully understand why it's a good thing for CEOs? Because it is a brilliant model for the CEOs because people are actually paying them to volunteer and you are paying a tiny, tiny portion of the people in your company. So it's actually genius. So I feel like genius for the CEOs, not for your average person at the bottom of the pyramid. So there's a lot of ways to interpret that. What do you think he means by getting the products and the comp plan from your head to your heart? That was blabbery. Okay, Gary says keep him at 1.25. Okay, if anyone wants him slower, let me know and I can reduce him to like 1.15. But yeah, I'd rather him at 1.25 as well because I think he talks kind of slow. I don't think anyone understands the comp plan. My eyes glaze over every time someone talks about it. I try to. I've done a few videos on them. I try really hard, but I don't think I understand it either. Yeah, because then people aren't actually going to ask questions because they don't understand it. They don't understand it enough to ask a question. Have you ever been in a situation like that, like high school math? You know you don't get it, but you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know what to ask. The average income for an MLM CEO is $3,740. Blah. I can't read big numbers. Over $300,000, but the vast majority of MLM CEOs make less than $100,000 per year. The average income for an MLM CEO is $124,000, but the top 10% of earners top 10% earn over $1 million per year. Interesting. Thank you, Lori. That's interesting. Yeah, I felt like it would be, like, millions and millions of dollars, but maybe, like, the Amway CEO would make millions and millions of dollars a year, right? But maybe not, like, a small one, a small CEO of a smaller company?
There's hundreds of them. Go and sit and watch through all of them. Read all of our blog posts. Get any books you can find. Listen to interviews with people who have made massive businesses within the MLM space. Get that belief from your head to your heart. Once that belief is in your heart and you truly 100% believe in the business that you're into, your next step is to go put together a value offering to get people to buy into your business. Now, let's say you're going to go ask people.
Isn't it interesting how one way to get it from our head to our heart is to consume all of the MLM for CEO videos? And I'm gonna assume I don't know if they would have a monetized channel because they do have 1.1K subscribers, but they don't get a ton of views on all of their videos and like not much engagement, like couple comments, 17 likes. I get that many likes on a video when I only have like 45 views or something. So it's hard to tell if it'd be monetized, but at least him telling potential MLM CEOs to go watch all his videos, it could potentially help him get closer to monetization on his channel. Okay, Lori looked for owners, but it only found CEOs. Interesting. Grift, 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 Charlie says.
For $10,000. I said to one guy the other day,
Okay, I should go back because he started it at a weird time. There you go. Let's just start it from there. The AI gave 2 different averages, not sure which one is right. That's okay. We get like a broad picture of the amount that someone could make.
put together a value offering to get people to buy into your business. Now, let's say you're going to go ask people for $10,000. I said to one guy the other day, well, what you need to do is you need to go out and get 10 people, give you $10,000. Got $100,000, you got enough money. He said, people will never give me $10,000. I said, well, why not? He said, because why would they? I said to him, well, what are you putting into it? Oh, no, I'm putting in everything. So why do you think somebody else wouldn't put in everything as well? Oh, no, but that's different. Well, it's not different. You know what fundamentally was happening there is he did not personally believe in the business. He didn't believe that that person would see the value. And you know why he didn't believe that person would see the value? Because he didn't see the value himself. That's the fundamental truth of it. If he saw the value and he understood clearly the value of his business, truly, he would have no problem asking people for money. But the problem is he didn't believe it. So that's why I say belief is so important. Now,
I think when you're starting any company on your own, it's going to be scary to ask people for investments, especially like this fictional character he's probably talking about. That you put in all your money, you are really interested in becoming an entrepreneur, you really wanna open your own company. If you are not like if you have not owned your own company, started your own company before, you might not know how to give investor presentations, you might not know how to communicate, how to present yourself, and it'd be really scary. It could just be a lack of confidence, a lack of awareness of how to interact with these kinds of people, and he's just assuming, "Oh, well, you don't think someone's going to invest in your business because you don't believe." So I can help you believe by showing you all the videos in our vault, by walking you through the process, and I can help you. I can help you get over that hurdle of lack of belief, of self limiting beliefs, and I can help you get the investments you need for your company. It's very strange how he's saying $100,000 is all you need to start your company. I don't see that. I don't understand because you need $100,000 to like get your products, to pay people. You actually need to make some money. Although we know if you are a business owner, you're probably not going to make any money for a while. I just feel like $100,000 for a big ass company, probably where you also need an office space as well. I don't see that being enough. But we know in an MLM, you're going to start small. You're probably only going to have a couple hundred distributors, and then it will like grow from there. I don't know. Good question. Because I think he did. I don't know if he still owns Acorn Kids, the MLM he started in South Africa that sells children's toys. I don't know if he still owns it. Oh, hello, Julie. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I would think that the top MLM CEOs would make millions. Okay, let's see. Who's the CEO of Amway? Because I want to know now. Milland Pant is the CEO of Amway. Milland Pant yearly salary. I want to know Millen Pant. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see Amway India Enterprises Chief Digital Officer with a salary of this many Indian currencies per year. I don't know. I really wanna know. I really would like to know how much CEOs make, like the Amway CEO. That could be another day. Sorry.
We advocate a founding member program, and I'm going to get tied to.
This part's interesting. With my a video I did a while ago on his company, we looked at the Founders Members Program, and I was trying to find their website so we could look at that again when he mentioned it. And I couldn't find the website. Founding. It was so strange. Members Program. Because I typed in MLM for CEOs, and then only thing that comes up is what looks like. I'll show you. This is it. NetReady introduces MLM for CEOs, and it's just a bunch of podcast episodes, which are probably just like recycled from his channel, but I don't actually know. But yeah, because we talked about the founders program. Do you guys remember? And it was really interesting. And I think Charlie was the one who was like, "Oh, they probably use this to bribe high-level distributors to help MLM CEOs bribe high-level distributors to come to their companies, right?" So yeah, maybe if any of these are interesting, we can listen to them at some point on my channel. But I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. They don't have a channel anymore. Or they look like they don't have a channel. Okay, enough rabbit trails.
Who's our engineer here, to put a link to that ebook. I've created an ebook on the founding member program, which you can download and have a read. It's free. And
there's no ebook. There's no ebook. Where's the ebook? I want to see this ebook on the founding members program. There's no ebook.
That will tell you everything you know about the founding member program. But the way the founding member program works is that you put together a value offering. Now, the book will give you some insights into that, and I don't want to dig too deep into it. But what you're going to do is you're going to say to the person, we are going to give you something special in our business if you are prepared to put in a bit of extra cash. So let me give you some examples. You might say to them, listen, we'll give you the top rank in the company. So you'll become a Crown Ambassador, founding Crown Ambassador out the blocks. And that means that you're going to get maximum commissions across the board. We're going to take a percentage of.
So are you telling us that you encourage MLM CEOs to have top level distributors who are at the very top of the company buy into that top rank through investing in a new MLM startup? Is that what you're telling us to do? If so, that's sketchy and unethical. People should not be given a rank because they are financially well off enough to invest in a brand new MLM company, because you probably have people. I was going to say people in the company, but it's a new one. You have hundreds of thousands of people in MLMs who actually try really hard, who've been in it for years, who sacrifice like their uplines tell them to, and they can't rank up. And then you have a well-off person who just comes in at the top rank. And how does that work? How does that work? Do you just put Bob at the top of the pyramid because they invested $100,000 into your company? I don't understand. Does anyone understand?
The company's turnover, and we're going to split it between all the investors, all the founding members. That could be part of your deal. We're going to give you special dispensation. We're going to list you on our website as founding members. We're going to give you a special place to sit at all of our meetings. We're going to give you a share of the company. You might say to the guys, listen, we're taking 10% of the company, we're putting it into a pool, and we're going to issue shares to all of the founding members. So you could have a pool with 1,000 shares into it, and each of the founding members could get 10 shares. You have 100 founding members. And as shareholders.
So does that mean people who are at the top of new MLM companies, do they buy their rank like Charlie just said? The ones that we see who jump from MLM to MLM, who are really well known in the industry, who probably have massive downlines who will follow them anywhere, are they just placed magically at the top of a massive pyramid because they're so financially well off from their times in other MLM companies, and so they're able to just bring their downline from place to place? That's unethical. I don't think, Richard, you should be sitting here encouraging new potential MLM founders to be doing things like that.
In the company, they are going to obviously benefit long term from what that company does. We're going to make you part of the inner circle. We're going to make you part of our board of directors. There's 101 ways that you can incentivize.
Inner circle. So again, is this all for encouraging people to buy into your company so they're at the top? So at the top, they're at the top of your pyramid, or are these non-distributors, just people who potentially see the value in your MLM company and who want to invest in a startup? Because it sounds like he's telling people to try to find people who will invest in your company so you make them a high level distributor. Why can't we just, why isn't my MLM company valuable without bribing people to join my company? Like, why can't I grow my company without bribing high level distributors to come in and give me money and get to the top? Like, I should be able to grow my distributor base without that. We've never heard this. Buying your way into it. It's not all about the grind and manifestation. Cool. All we need is a few top level distributors who want to invest in our company. They'll be at the top. They'll be placed at the top of the pyramid, and then they'll bring their downline of 5,000 people with them, right? MLM's unethical? Come on, Heather. If someone asked me to invest in their company, I would care about whether they make a quality product that there is a demand for and that it's priced reasonably, not their confidence level. True, true. Manifest your downline. Because yes, people could be these distributors could be coming in to like invest and then be at the top of the company at the very, very, very beginning. But what if they're not at the very beginning? What if there's already a couple hundred distributors and the founder is still trying to collect some capital to administer or to continue administering his or her business, right? Because it'd be different if there were zero distributors and you're bribing people to invest by putting them at the top. But if there's already a couple hundred, you're just putting people at the top, and the people beneath them who came in at the very beginning, they are potentially getting hurt, because why can't they be placed at the top, right? Or what if you actually have like the first ever real distributor at the top of the pyramid, right? The one who started first, and then you have a couple of MLM celebrities buy into the company, and then they're just placed above you. How would you feel about that?
Somebody to join a business that you are passionate about and that you believe in heart and soul. Now, let's say that you wanted to raise $100,000. Well, that's a lot of money. You want to raise $100,000. You could get 100 people to give you $1,000. Now, $1,000 from 100 people is a hell of a lot easier than $100,000 from one person. You go to a single person and ask them for $100,000, they're going to want 51% of your company. You're going to ask 100 people for $1,000, and you can get a completely different mix of people, because a lot of people will be able to earn that $1,000, and they might be able to put you onto other people who will have that $1,000. And so you get 100 people to give you $1,000 based on your value offering, and you've raised the capital that you need to float your company. It's that easy. Now, you might say, well, 100 people is too many. So get 50 people to give you $2,000, or get 25 people to give you $4,000, or get 10 people to give you $10,000. All of those things are possible.
So those 10 people who are giving us $10,000, they give us $10,000 to reserve a spot at the top of the pyramid. So they're paying us to work for them, right? We are financing our company that we're working in. And then what happens if we don't make money, even if we're at the top of the pyramid? What happens if this MLM that we're helping to found flounders and closes down within a year? So we just invested in your company, sir, and then we don't make any money. Seems weird. Could a newcomer go to an outsourcer and buy whatever profitable downlines are available at the moment? Do you guys remember, this was before I was streaming, Ray Higdon was telling us that he sold his downline, and how could MLM not be a business if someone bought his downline? I'm like, no one bought it, Ray Higdon. Someone just paid you probably a shit ton of money just to take your spot at the top of the pyramid. They did not buy a business from you. If you've been around for a while, you may remember that video.
Now, I did that. We got 50 people to give us 50,000 Rand with Acorn Kids. And so we raised a ton of cash And we put a lot of stock into the field by getting 50 people to give us 50,000 Rand. And that's how we funded the Acorn Kids project. And
So those 50 people were your first distributors then. Again, why do we have to bribe people to start our MLM for us if it's such a profitable space for an MLM, for a CEO, if it's so easy to expand our companies, why are we bribing people with spaces at the top of the pyramid to grow our distributor network and invest in our company? It seems strange.
I mean, the business grew from there. We had enough stock, etc. And so that is a prime example of raising the capital you need now. Because what do you need capital for? You're going to have to go out and you're going to buy yourself a decent software package to run your business. Now, be clear here. If you get a piece of junk software, you cannot move off it. It's extremely difficult to move away from your software. Unbelievably difficult. And when you move, you create such ructions with the network, it can tank your business. Simple things that software A can do that software B can't do can cause absolute ructions in your network. Software B might be 1,000 times better, 1,000 times faster, might be able to do 10 or 15 or 20 or 100 things that the other software can't do. But that one thing that everybody's used to can literally cause a nightmare in your business. So my recommendation is when you choose your software, make sure it's the right software, and you need cash for that because the good software doesn't come cheap.
And again, this is just a pitch for his services, right? We need to pick the best software because if we pick a shitty one, it's really hard to get off it because the distributors get used to those services that the software is able to provide. And the second it changes, the distributors are going to be mad. And I think, of course, they're going to be mad because even from the MLM CEO perspective, if the software is crappy, doesn't really matter as long as the distributors feel that it meets their needs and they're able to track their downline volume or their new recruits. If there's a change, that's how they do their job. That's how they make their livelihood if they're lucky enough to actually make any money in the MLM. Pay to play at every level, for sure, Charlie. Not only your downline, did we not earlier have a shady firm which could handle as outsources the hard-ass recruiting functions of a new MLM? What was that? Hannah Shea? Was that the Hannah Shea one? I remember, or that might have been was that one of our rabbit trails? I don't remember the name of the company. Oh, you're right though, Gary, you're right.
So when you're looking for software, compare all the different players, but I guarantee you, if you're getting it too cheap, there's a reason for that, and I would stay away from it. So you need capital for that. You need capital to get your initial stock, to make sure that you can do an initial order and that you've got the cash flow to pay for that order. Then you've got to have capital for doing things like going out on meetings, the petrol in your car. And a big thing is you're going to need to pay yourself a salary for a period of time to ensure that you can do this full time. Because believe me, you cannot bootstrap a business like this part-time. If you're trying to work a full-time job and bootstrap this business part-time, you can forget it. You can absolutely forget it. Now, the beauty of this raising of the cash is you don't need to have.
You would also need the capital for fulfillment because you would need a warehouse. You would need to pay like probably international shipping. You might need to put your products on like a cargo ship. You would need to pay customs. You would need to pay probably certain taxes to get it across certain international borders, especially if you are shipping across the world. I feel like that would be the goal for most new MLM CEOs. You want to expand, and so you would need to continue to have more and more and more capital so you can ship to more countries, because I feel like if you're just in the United States, that's kind of limiting your reach, right? I don't know what my point is. I don't know a lot about economics and stuff, so the stuff I'm saying might not be super intelligent, but I'm still enjoying myself.
Spent any money yet. So what you do is you go and you get yourself a website which shows off your products. So you've got the design of your labels and your products that will all have been done, and you can do this all through a company called Fiverr. I think it's Fiverr.
Yes, bootstrapping is a full-time job. At least he's being realistic there. He's like, you can't start your own MLM with very little capital if you're doing something else. Yes, at least he's being realistic with that part. He's saying you can build a website with a service called Fiverr. Wasn't that outsourced thing this guy? Was it? Because there was a company that was focusing on recruitment for not just downlines, but also, is this what you meant, Gary, for downlines, but also your corporate staff for MLMs too? I don't remember, man, because we've had so many different rabbit trails recently when we're finding different kinds of companies that support the MLM business. Super interesting. Okay, let's keep going.
I think it's how you spell it. And for $5, you can get a label made. And they can do mock-ups of your product as well. So even before you've produced your first product, you can have mock-ups on the website of your products. You can take those mock-ups and get them digitally printed and put them onto bottles yourself physically. So you can have the bottles if it's a physical product, or if it's an e-product, you can have the link to the e-product to show people what it's all about. So you've got your compensation plan, you've got your value offering, you've got some products to show people. You haven't spent any money yet. You go out there and you find yourself 10 people to put in $10,000.
How have you not spent any money yet? Because you have products to show people? How? Does he mean we have an idea of a product that we want to sell in our MLM company? How are we doing all of this so far without having a product? I want to go back. Let's just go back to 11 minutes because I want to know, what did he say we're doing without any money? Sorry, I'm going back.
Even before you've produced your first product, you can have mock-ups on the website of your products.
Okay, mock-ups. We have mock-ups of our products on our website, but how are we getting the website if we're not spending money? That's my question.
You can take those mock-ups and get them digitally printed and put them onto bottles yourself physically.
If we're printing out labels, that's going to cost us money. If we're putting them on bottles individually, that's going to cost us money. How are we doing this without money?
So you can have the bottles if it's a physical product, or if it's an e-product, you can have the link to the e-product to show people what it's all about. So you've got your compensation plan, you've got your value offering, you've got some products to show people. You haven't spent any money yet. You go out there and you find yourself 10 people to put in $10,000 by making them an epic promise, by giving them an epic value offering. Now, my book, as I said, that ebook will show you what you can do on that front. But again, you need to believe in that offering. You need to be completely convinced that if the person is giving you the $10,000, that they're getting $50,000 of value. You don't want them.
How are we not spending any money to get 10 people to give us $10,000? We would have to advertise, right? We would have to maybe advertise or promote our investment opportunity. We'd have to travel to meetings. We'd have to maybe take potential investors out for lunch, out for dinner, and that would all cost money. What else costs money when you're trying to get investors into your new company or your new product? I feel like all of this stuff is costing money, and the one realistic thing he said is what Gary said here. Bootstrapping is a full-time job. You can't do anything else when you're doing it. But all this other stuff, he's being incredibly unrealistic with it because you're going to be spending money for all of this stuff. Hey, maybe not. This guy said he'd go to court for us when we get sued. Jay Leisner, right? Was that one? I don't remember. He sounds like all the other MLM Huns. It's so easy to solicit 10K from people without a product, right? We have a mock-up of a product. We have an outline of a compensation plan that we went to MLM consulting firms and like, hey, we may want your services. Write us a comp plan. And what else? And we have a product that we don't actually have yet, but we're passionate about. Outsourcing. I don't think it was this guy. He was, I thought, moderately racist when dealing with the homeland Black-only townships in South Africa. Yo, he was. He was definitely moderately racist. Exactly. Yeah. That whole thing was problematic for sure. He was. That was a good video. It was how to start. I named it How to Start an MLM in Africa. And then I was saying it should be South Africa because that's where he's from. That's where he built his MLM business. South Africa is different than the rest of Africa. Epic promise, but no actual product. A mock-up. Or a link to a digital product if we're providing only digital products. A mock-up. And we have to recruit 10 people to give us 10K and also be our distributors through an epic promise. Remember that Post-it note company Supplement or something? Didn't they start getting distributors before they actually had products? Elomir? Right, Lori Elomir? I don't know. I remember watching all that content. Was it 2022? I remember watching it, but I don't remember now. Does anyone remember? I feel like I'm talking fast. I need to slow down.
Giving you $10,000 and getting $2,000 of value. You want to make sure that whatever that offer is, that they can see the value in it. So parting with the $10,000 is easy. Because if I came to you tomorrow and I said, listen, I got $100,000 here, please give me $50,000, I'll give you $100,000. If you believed that you would get $100,000 if you gave me $50,000, guarantee you would go out and you'd find that money somewhere. You'd borrow it, you'd sell what you had. If you truly believed it, you would go out and make that happen. Because you know, the second you give me the $50,000, you get the $100,000 back. It's a no-brainer. But you're not going to, I'm never, ever going to give you $10,000 or $100,000. I'm never going to give you $50,000, should I say, if I don't believe I'm going to get $100,000 back. If I think if I give you this $50,000 going into a bottomless pit, I'll never see it again, then there's no point in me giving you the $50,000. So you've got to make sure that that value offering is epic and that you believe in that value offering heart and soul, and that you can convince me to believe in it. And for that, you've got to have a really powerful emotional and logical argument of why this is epic.
I feel like you have to do that when you're looking for investors for your new company. You have to show the value of your product or your service. You have to show the potential that your company has for growth. But I feel like for a normal, say, like a new tech startup, right? The tech startup field does not have significant negative attention on it at all times. There are not entire like big groups on YouTube that are talking about how unethical the tech startup industry is. A tech startup looking for investments is not necessarily going to be in an uphill battle with people claiming that they're part of a scam industry. So he's telling us it's so easy, just get some people to give you 10K, they're going to join your company, it's going to be great. But it's going to be a lot harder than what he's making it seem to be, to get people to give you 10K for your MLM company that is within an unethical business structure. And the unethical nature of it is becoming more and more well known in countries across the world. And it's also incredibly unstable, which he's going to talk about later. I know all startups could be unstable, but if you have a couple big distributors in your new MLM startup leave, they could potentially bring their downlines with them. And then you go from 5,000 distributors to 500. And then what's going to happen to your investors, right? What's going to happen to your income and the income of all your employees? Sounds like we'll figure out the product later, right? Who cares about the product? Who cares? Yes, it was Elamir. I remember. Here's a Lego model of an empty box with a label I printed out at the library. But trust me, bro. Right, Julie? That's funny.
Why this is going to be the best investment I've ever made in my life. Now, understand, you go out there, you find 10 people to give you $10,000 or 25 people to give you $4,000. You raise $100,000 and you can do that in a month. And you can track that on a spreadsheet. You don't even need to have a software system yet. You can track that on a spreadsheet. Now we're a month in. How much money have you spent? You spent zero. Zero money spent so far. Maybe a couple of bucks on a digital label, maybe a couple of bucks on a contract with your supplier, and you can get the supplier to draw that contract up. You don't even need to do it. Maybe you've spent some money on having a Zoom call, took you an hour with each of the MLM service providers. But the bottom line is you spent almost nothing, and you now have $100,000 sitting in your bank account.
You didn't spend anything, but you spent money on this, you spent money on this, you spent money on this. And he's making it seem like it's so easy for every potential MLM founder to magically make this much money. Just like in MLM, there's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Me, if I'm trying to start an MLM, I am not going to be able to easily convince people to give me that much money because of my personality. I am not extremely outgoing. If I don't know you, I am not, like, I don't command, my presence does not command the room, right? I don't walk into a room and everyone stares at me, right? If people have a more commanding presence, if they're more extroverted, they're going to have an easier time convincing people to give them a boatload of cash. So just because he tells you it's going to be easy does not mean it's going to be easy for your average person attempting to start a company like this. Yeah, wasn't that a funny comment? I love Julie's comment. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Now raised all of the cash that you need. All of the Skittles are in a row, and now it's just a case of knocking those Skittles off one at a time. Getting your product going, getting your compensation plan implemented, getting your software up and running, and you are there. Now, bear in mind, if you need to get a website, I actually started on that and then drifted off the topic. But if you need to get a website, you go to Fiverr. The guys can put a WordPress website together for you for peanut money, like $10, $20. for peanut money, and you can have a website out there on a URL, which you can also buy for peanut money through someone like GoDaddy. You can get yourself a website and you're up and running. So when you show people your business,
But if we are getting a website for very little money, how good quality is it going to be? Because you told us not to get the cheapest MLM software available because it's going to be shitty, right? And so if we're getting the cheapest website available, it's going to be shitty. How are we going to convince all these people to give us money and join our company if we have a trash website? I think this could potentially work for someone who has previously started an MLM, which was somewhat successful. But then again, what do I know? Good point. If you already have experience in this industry, maybe it'd be easy for you. But I feel like the average person who might be a little introverted, who might not have a lot of public speaking experience, they would probably struggle. If everyone in the chat could invest $5,000 with me, I would steal it all and run away to Spain. Right, Lori?
you can send them to the website. There's the website. It's cost you $10 or $20. Hasn't cost you much money, and you're up and running. You've got a website, you've got this product, you've got this epic compensation plan, you've got this amazing value offer, and now you go and approach people and you get them to invest in your business. Okay, it's a crowdfunding exercise. Now, if they don't want to invest in your business, you've missed the boat somewhere. Either you don't believe in the product or the product sucks. If you can't get them to believe in the product, you don't have a business. Or you get them to believe.
That's not true. If people aren't investing, it's not your fault. It's not that you don't believe. It's not that you just can't get people to invest. It's because it's an unethical business model. It's because you don't actually have a product. You just have a mock-up. It's because you have a trash website. And that's why people aren't wanting to invest. It's because people know that it's a scam and they know how unstable it is and they know they're going to lose their money. Here's a website that makes my Lego model look real. All the links are already broken, just like a real MLM. Lori is taking us all to Spain. Let's go. Spain. I would go to some Canadian enclave in Honduras. A Canadian enclave? What do you mean, Gary?
Believe in the product, but they can't see how they're going to get their money back. So the compensation plan or the value offering is not happening. So those are all issues that you've got to come to terms with so that when you go out looking for the capital, it all falls into place. Now, the second area.
Okay, Jolene had a good point. Investors in an MLM don't care about the product, they care about the returns. I could see that because if you're able to grow your MLM distributor network, then you will always get returns because you have a built-in customer network, and all of those people have to purchase their personal volume requirements to stay in the company, right? So I totally understand that. You're right. So maybe they're not going to care that you only have a mock-up of a product. What do we think? Good point, Jolene. Gary, sort of like Canada South. Yeah, Gary, what do you mean by a Canadian enclave in Honduras? Undercut Lori, I only need $1,000 each and $1,000 for each of your parents and children and siblings and spouses.
Which is critically important is how do you fund the business going forward? Now, what I suggest here with the value offering and the founding members, I say to clients, look, you're better off getting a person, 100 people, to give you $1,000 per month, or even not $1,000, get 100 people to give you $100 a month, or get 10 people to give you $1,000 per month. Because what you want then is you've got $10,000 coming every month. Okay, you don't have your $100,000 out of the blocks, but what you have got now is 10 people who are giving you $1,000 every month, which is giving you $10,000 a month of cash flow, which is something that you can actually utilize to get your business going. So you might go.
It's so easy for us just to get 10 people to give us however much money he said per month. Just like with MLM distributors, when they're telling us about how to get certain bonuses, I'll just get 10 people who get a product that's this price, and then those 10 people get this many people, and it's just so easy. They always say it's so easy. There are Canadian oceanfront enclave settlements all across Belize, Honduras, and environs. Interesting. Didn't know that. And so many of these other startups only have customers as a viable product anyway. They build it to be bought out. Yeah, $1,000 a month, right? A lot of Canadians in Myrtle Beach. Cool. I've never been to Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I thought it's so easy just to get a bunch of people to give us $1,000 every month, especially if we've never run an MLM before. This is our first time attempting this. It's so simple.
To your people and say, look, I want 10 people, give me $10,000 and then invest $1,000 a month over the next 24 months.
So give me $10,000, then invest $1,000 a month for the next 24 months.
So now what you do is you get your $100,000 in the bank and you've got $1,000 a month coming in every month. So you've got $10,000 coming in from these 10 people every month for the next 24 months. So now you know you've got the capital to launch your business, plus you've got the cash flow to grow your business. Do you see how that works? So this is a very, very powerful way of getting your business out of the blocks and growing your business on the cash reserves that your network brings to the party. Now understand, if somebody believes in your product, heart and soul, and
The cash reserves that our network brings. So are those, what did we say? 1,000, yeah. Are all those people who are giving us $1,000 a month, are they our network? Or is that separate? What do we think? I'm confused. We have actually tried to bring Kirks and Caicos into Confederation as a province. They actually applied twice. Really? It actually sounds like the same sales pitch given to the new Huns. Just give us money every month or you won't get your commission. Right, Charlie? My friend from college sold his startup for $1 billion. It was bought and shut down. The corporation that bought it really just wanted the customers with less competition for them. Interesting. Because you said something about, yeah, up here. Many startups have customers as a viable product. They build it to be bought out. Gotcha. Yeah, good point. I'm glad you're here because you actually know about this stuff.
and they believe in your compensation plan, heart and soul, and they believe in your value offering enough to give you $10,000 and $1,000 a month, that person, you can easily get them to go out and sign up a few people themselves. That's a very, very simple process.
Why are distributors giving us $10,000 and $1,000 a month? Are these the people who are we bribed to give us money to invest? So we put them at the top of the pyramid, or they're in our inner circle, or they're part of our board of directors. And then we expect those people, after they pay us all this money, to go out and bring more distributors in. So we have these people at the top of our company, but are paying a shit pile of money to be at the top of our company. So how many people are actually doing this? Because I feel like this is backwards from what I feel like I know about this, because top MLM CEOs would pay top level distributors to come in and give them a spot at the top of their pyramid. But here, we're paying him a shit pile of money for a spot at the top of the pyramid.
So in terms of getting the capital I need, that's how I went about it with Acorn Kids. We generated the money we needed to grow the business and to sustain the admin side of it long term. Now, on the subject, one of the problems that you have with raising capital and then going out and trying to grow your business on the back of the profit that you're making on selling the products, it becomes very difficult to plan, to do your budgets on that, because today you might have $1 million worth of sales. Next month, you might have $1,000 worth of sales. The month after, you might have $3 million worth of sales. This thing can fluctuate, especially in the early days while you're getting out the blocks. You cannot depend on the money that's coming from the sale of the product. So what I recommend strongly to everybody who's trying to bootstrap their business is the second thing, and that is make sure every single one of your network members is providing an admin fee or paying an admin fee.
He's right. You could have millions and millions of dollars in sales one month, and then a bunch of your distributors leave, and then you have a lot less sales. So that's why you can't just rely on the sale of the product to bootstrap, to make sure you have the funds to actually continue to administer your business. And so that's why, because MLM sales is so insecure and it changes all the time, that's why we need to charge an admin fee every single month. So it's not because the MLMs provide such valuable support to the distributors. No, it's because we need that to continue to survive as a company. Interesting, sir. Interesting. Awaken was selling digital NFTs for thousands of dollars pre-launch. Immediately built-in revenue, cost of generating it, saddled by the reps, quick returns. He's just trying to make it sound better. And it sounds, he's trying, but it still sounds terrible. Like, we have to bribe people to build our business. We can't just rely on sales because people will leave, right? And our sales will drastically reduce month by month. So we need to charge our people every month. But I'm confused because are these the people that gave us $10,000 to join to invest and then are also investing $1,000 a month, or are these your everyday distributors who come in after? This is confusing. It's confusing. Me neither, Lori. Same as comp plans. I don't really understand NFTs either. Do you guys? No one knows. It's basically virtual trading cards. That's good. It's good that I'm not the only one who doesn't understand.
Now, the way that it works is that, again, your networker needs to understand the value offering. So when I recruit just a straight networker, I say to them, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you with a product.
Just a straight networker, so not someone who's in our inner circle who's invested a shit pile of money in my company.
I'm going to do all the fulfillment for you. I'm going to handle the warehouse. I'm going to handle all the software. I'm going to calculate all your commissions. I'm going to collect the money for you. I'm going to provide you with a replicated e-commerce website. I'm going to provide you with the method that you can use for marketing your business. So I'll provide you with funnels and communications and all of that kind of stuff. I'll have a team of people who will be looking after you and responding to your questions if necessary. And all of that I'll give you for just $9 a month. Okay. So what you do here is every single member who comes onto your business is paying you $9 a month. Now you've got 1,000 members.
You should be doing all of that because we are not actual business owners. We are employees, right? We are employees of a company. So our company should be giving us the resources required for us to do our job properly. But MLM distributors like to talk about how, oh, it's so amazing. Our what's it called? Overhead is only $50 a month and they do all this stuff for us. It's so easy to own a business with Beachbody. It's like, you're not owning a business, sir. You are paying to be a customer and an employee. But chances are you're not actually making any money in Beachbody. Yeah, so Awakened, they had NFTs, and is Awakened with that weird... does Awaken have that supplement that starts with a Z? I don't remember. What's the Awaken's product? Awakened MLM. Zenith. Yes, Zenith. So Gary, Awakened is a weight loss company that is based around Zenith weight loss supplement, and then they were also selling NFTs. Yes, you guys know. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like, what is it? Awaken is the one with the Z supplement.
You've got $9,000 a month coming in the business. Now understand, at this point, 1,000 members generating $9,000, you have now got enough money to run your business, to pay for any offices, to pay for staff, to look after your expenses in terms of your software, etc. All of that money comes in every month, covers the costs of the business. Now you can sell your product at a lower price because you don't have to make a massive premium on every product that sells. And
what do we do when we have half of our distributor network leave because they realize it's a scam and we're no longer getting that $9 fee from, say, 100,000 people who have recently left, and then we're not able to maintain our business and we have to fire a lot of employees, and maybe even the CEO would have to take a salary cut, right? And so you make it sound so simple. Oh, well, the business fee of your distributors help you maintain your business, but what happens when they leave? What happens when you're Carl Deichler and you change your comp plan and you screw over the vast majority of your network and they all leave? Yes, they had to change the pill formula because people were pooping out the entire pill. I remember that. I was just watching another video before this where Zenith was mentioned. That's the only way I know. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was following that like back when it was happening. Yes. We're almost done.
Remember, one of the big concerns within multi-level marketing is the people buy the product, they say, well, this product is too expensive. I can't afford this product because of how expensive it is. Hi. So during that session, I was in the middle of a conversation and the camera shut down. So I'm back. Sorry about that. What I was talking about is the fact that if you have charged a monthly fee to the founding members and you've got an admin fee of, say, $9 or $10 coming in every month, and you've got 1,000 people or 2,000 people, then you can sell your product inexpensively. The whole idea is that your product can be a good value for money offering because you as a company do not have to survive on the profits from the product. Your admin fee covers your overheads and your profits come from selling the product. So my recommendation is absolutely create a monthly fee for your founding members, create a monthly fee for your network members, small one, They mustn't feel, they mustn't feel like you've got your hands deep in their pocket. But the value offering needs to be there. I'm giving you all of this cool value with the systems, etc. It's going to cost you $9 a month to be part of this business. And then as your network grows, the funding from that admin fee will fund your entire overhead, and you will be able to live or reap the profits from a low-priced product, something that's highly competitive in the marketplace. So guys, that's it from the raising of capital side. Again, I've got the link to my founding members book. It's a bit outdated, but you've got the general idea of how all of this works. And I look forward to meeting you in the next section. If you're enjoying what you're seeing now, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It really makes a massive difference. I really appreciate it. And then follow us on Facebook, please. Again, we're trying to increase our following on Facebook, and then we're on Spotify as well. And then get this out to anybody that you know. Get the link to this video out to as many people as you know, because again, the more people that see this, the better it is. It gives us the ability to create more content for you. See you in the next section.
So we are bootstrapping our business by having founding members that we bribe by giving them a spot at the top of the pyramid, right? And they give us $10,000 to get their spot, and then they pay us $1,000 a month. Then we also run our business by requiring a $9 a month administration fee. And my hair is bothering me. No, thank you. By providing a $9,000 a month admin fee. But what happens when our entire network leaves because Carl Deichler changes the comp plan and everyone gets screwed, right? And he told us we can't rely on customer sales because it can change a lot month to month. I bet you as a startup MLM, as even a more established MLM, their distributor network is going to go up and down significantly depending on the state of the economy, depending on if there's another freaking worldwide pandemic. You, as an MLM CEO, you cannot rely on the admin fees of your distributors to run your business. You can't, in my opinion. They're in perpetual lawsuits over the right to sell the product and tampering with the publication research on the original supplement. Yes, I remember that. Chelsea had a lot of videos on that. I think this guy needs some bootstrapping. I have heard that it's not working any better, even though the capsules are now dissolving. Ooh, interesting. So much for starting with a great product. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you were here. Thank you for being here, Lori. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I said this before, branch out, do different kinds of videos. I enjoy this channel because I always learn lots here. And we learned a little bit about how to raise the capital. And what's the next one? Network recognition, then company incentives, then IT system. And so we already know a lot about recognition, so maybe I'll skip that one and we'll just do company incentives and IT systems, and we'll learn a little bit more. It's super interesting. I think Charlie said the connection between finding investors and MLM recruitment, right? Because, oh, just get this many people to give you $100, this many people to give you 5,000, this many to give you 10. It's so easy. All you have to do is just show the value. You just have to believe in yourself, believe in the value that your company could provide, and you will magically have all of these people buy in to your company and give you $1,000 a month to keep your company going. Interesting to see the connections there. And that was a really good point by Charlie. I think it was Charlie. Yes, I hope you feel better really, really soon, Lori. I'm sorry you don't feel good. That sucks. So I'm really happy with how the stream went. I love that there are so many people still hanging out with me. I love it. I appreciate it so much. On Sunday, I'm going to do a part 1 of Fraser Brooks interviewing his dad. I know we do lots of Fraser on this channel, but I've never talked about his dad before, so I'm really excited about that. Lots of interesting points about the tactics he used back in the 80s. I personally think he was in Amway. It sounds very familiar, but similar to Amway. But of course, with famous MLM people, you can never find out which MLM they're actually in. So if you're free on Sunday, I would love to see you guys then. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you Sunday. Bye.